Okay, I did a persistent write to cookie, and I want a cookie, and I deployed it and proposed it, and the block was added. I'm just seeing if it works.
So I think this is the first time I've seen the double exclamation. What does that mean?
It's a persistent write. No matter how many times you access it, it'll write again.
Meaning that the cookie channel is never fully consumed, or that I want a cookie keeps writing?
The cookie channel is never completely consumed. There'll always be a cookie on it.
Oh, interesting. Or
yeah, and those persistent writes are a good way to create infinite loops.
Yeah, yes. And are those
yeah, if you do a persistent write, you don't want to do a persistent read.
is that persistent write in the core language syntax?
Yes.
Oh, that's the first I've seen it. Interesting.
Yeah, like a contract is a persistent read, and the double exclamation point is a persistent write. So if I do a new standard out, and I always screw up, so catch me if I'm wrong here. What do I want to do? I forget already. I want to do just do a message and cookie. In 4. Nobody's catching me.
No, it's sometimes difficult to debug on when it's on one line.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I want to just write the standard out. Message. I believe. And then
Shouldn't that be in the bracket? At message, shouldn't it be in the bracket?
Yeah. I think I might need parentheses there. Can't hurt. It happened. Okay, so keep that in my buffer. So it comes back, I want a cookie. And then if I do it again, it comes back, I want a cookie. Now if I write something else to cookie, let's say oops. I forgot the colon on the vowel. And I didn't want to lose this.
Are you able to edit the previous message?
No, the robot doesn't currently read modified items, although we could probably do that.
I don't think that's worth the effort unless someone sees something that I don't.
But being able to modify
Being able to modify the previous message and then have robot respond to it.
that would be a nice feature. I think.
Well, what would be a nice feature is if Discord allowed you to do a recall of the last message you'd entered right there in the
Right.
buffer.
Like Mattermost.
Like Mattermost does, yeah.
Okay, so now when I read, it's not deterministic. I'll either get more cookies or I want a cookie. Not cooperating. More cookies. Okay, but that wasn't a persistent write, so that will never come up again.
That's interesting. It goes back to what? Now, null or the previous?
I want a cookie. It's still writing that. It never stopped. But, you know, when it reads, it is not deterministic. It gets...
Oh, so that, are you saying that persistent write essentially is interpreted to say every time it's consumed, write another one?
In principle, I mean, that's what it does. It does another write.
Oh, that's pretty wild. It goes, Gary, your infinite loop conversation or comment is really well understood now.
Yeah, exactly. And I've done it too, and I had to apologize to everybody that we had to bring the R node down.
Okay, so
Is that a good feature?
Well, you're going to run out of gas. You do that.
Got it.
That's true.
Or run out of flow, whatever. So let's see. Maybe someone can help me with this. Where is cryptofex? Here it is. I was trying cryptofex from Windows. And I didn't get it to work. Okay, so for the internal URI, we have the default localhost 40404, and for the external UI, I put robot.net. And so we go to rholang. Examples. Let's just do hello world. And we can run it, and this uses the cryptofex internal interpreter, which I don't understand why it's so slow.
So my understanding of the default path or port numbers is 40402 is usually the internal port, and 40404 is the Kademlia discovery port. And it's UDP, not gRPC or whatever. Anyway,
I don't know why they use that port. It comes. That's what cryptofex does.
okay, I may have the wrong notes locally then.
Yeah, it's not the default port. It's default port, I think, is 01. I'm not sure. I
The
forget.
default external is 01. The default internal is 02, is my understanding. Anyway, if it's still working, great.
All right. So now if I hit eval here, connect fail. Hit deploy. I get an error in person term. And of course, there's nothing to propose. So in any case, I don't have this working.
Why don't you try changing the internal port? Because I think that's the REPL port.
The internal works. When I do a run, it works.
Oh, okay.
Sort of. Like I said, it didn't seem to be so slow before. I don't know why it's so slow now.
How do you like cryptofex? In its current.
I like it. It's if it worked well. I mean, it's nice to have the highlighting and
Sweet.
it's it's better. I mean, I'm a VI guy, so if I had the highlighting in VI, I'd probably be happy. When I run my Ubuntu cryptofex, it works. And I can fire that up. And,
when you're running cryptofex on Windows, you were hitting two different servers, one internal and one external. They were different servers.
the internal one is the cryptofex built in.
Oh.
You can change that. You don't have to use it.
I see.
No, I don't know. This, failed to connect. I thought that was the floppy disk. I think I took out the floppy disk. Waited.
What's a floppy disk? Just kidding.
Right. But it's waiting to boot up. Because you don't because you're on VirtualBox and you can't put anything in your DVD drive, whatever. It's waiting for no reason. I'll find out how to stop that. But I shouldn't be short on memory. Memory's at 75%. Should be fine. Why it's taking so long. Boot up. I'm going to. Maybe I should kill this cryptofex. helps the memory.
So anyway, Jim, the reason I asked, how did Joshi know that he could do string interpolation? Well, I mean, I looked at his cheat sheet and I see it in there, but I still, you think he just, this is something he used in another language and he thought he'd just try it and found out it worked, or would there be some other reason that he knew he could do that? I would have never thought to try it.
I've seen it used by other people. I believe at Archon 3.
I see.
But and I remember some discussion of it way back when.
There is a somewhere deep in the bowels of GitHub. There's the parser or abstract syntax file that defines.
I see. Okay, that I may have seen that and it just intimidated me or something, and I didn't.
That intimidated me, but I think Joshi may have looked at it, for example.
Okay. Well, now I'm curious to see what he finally says when he sees the message.
So Jim, you were saying that inside of Docker or VirtualBox, it's running for you, okay?
Right, it's a VirtualBox. It's not Docker. Okay, right. So this was executed from robot.net 40401.
Oh, that's interesting that it uses the same ports here, both internal and external. So if you were to...
Yeah, this is the node we're running.
Yeah, so if you were to... Oh, I see.
It's a remote node.
So Windows should work as long as the ports are open coming back or something. Okay. All right. Hey guys, I need to actually take off. I apologize for the short visit.
It's great to see you, Ed. You know, feel free to drop in, drop out anytime. We're happy to see you.
All right, you guys too. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah. So we have this was a show me that I put in here, and it's kind of primitive. But I was experimenting with yeah, this is useless. No, the way they did it, I think in the simple wallet is that, you know, they used an unforgeable name as the name of the contract, or part of the name of the contract, and got security that way. And I think I finally understood that. But in terms of the show me, what we want, what I was looking to define is clearly we want to create a map, right? And we could, we can make a very simple map contract. And basically add the map as a starting point. You want to try that now, or we probably should be working on bounties. But since you're here, Gary, I'm thinking rholang would be more appropriate.
No, well, I'll be honest with you, Jim. An office hours is not the pace that I can think about rholang at. I'm much slower than that, and I can't think unless I turn everything off. And So coding is not something I can do live.
Yeah, well, I was going to code, but
Oh, okay. I love that.
um, Chinadu, what uh, uh, did you want to?
I'm on mobile, so I can't really do much. I'm just watching.
Okay, I mean, do you have any topic you want to cover this hour?
Well, I don't have any. I don't have any at this point.
All right, so let's do this thing. Okay, we want to create a
Share your screen, Jim.
oh, okay, so we want to create a map, and so we want to have a map.
A map is just a bunch of
Key value pairs.
key value pairs. Yeah.
That's exactly what we want. Map. And so we want the map to have public access, right? So we want a public name associated with our map contract.
Okay.
So let's just call it at map for now. Not typing. Am I in the box?
I'll be right back. My cat wants in.
We'll call it simple map. And we either want to listen to that in a for. I guess we want to make a contract. And let's just look at another contract here. So let's uh, Now I think I have to do a new rep.
You don't have to do a new ret. They're passing you ret.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I should know that. Thank you, Gary. um, and we're going to see how nice it is. You hit return, it puts the end bracket in for you, Gary. Isn't that sweet?
Oh yeah, I could get spoiled quick with that.
Okay, and we want to have a contract. And see, where do we want to have the new?
Well, you need a new on the contract. The contract itself is you need a new because
it's a public name. I don't need
it's a public name. Okay, that's right. No, okay. But this one,
for this one, I want to do I want to do a contract create. Okay, and
this is not public.
this is not public.
So you need a new create up there at the somewhere.
Okay, so I guess what I want to do is I want to match. Let's see. So what I want to create one. And I want to make a new map, and I want to return the map. So maybe I don't want to do a contract here. Maybe I want to pass the operation here and then do a match on the operation. Question is, on a simple map, the only thing we can have really is a create operation. It's the only thing we can really do. But we have to, we need an unforgeable name for the map.
Gotcha.
So new map. So we're just going to make a new map. Okay, and then we need to do one of these. We want to do a map right of an empty map. Is that a map?
Let me go look at the cheat sheet.
Yeah. Where's the cheat sheet? I got it open here too. Oh, here.
Yeah,
Map.
it's just it's
Okay.
curly braces, and then
Really?
pairs separated by commas.
Right. So now we're going to so in parallel with creating the map, right? We want to define a contract. And so over here, switch. So we basically want to support all these operations on the map. But what we need is we need to basically set and get a value. The basic operations that we need. Right. So question is how to do this and what design pattern we want to use. I think I experimented with that using a list as a contract name, and that wasn't too cool.
I want to ask you something. You've said new map in. I guess I'm going to find this out eventually, but isn't map a keyword? Or no, it's a data type. Aren't you asking for trouble using a data type as a name?
I don't think so, but could be. Call it my map. And so now.
But you're not, your intention was not to use this. I mean, you just want the name map here, and you're not trying to invoke the data type in the name.
No. See, that's confusing.
Yes, it's confusing to me. It's like when you use name, quote, NAME as the name of a name. Not helpful.
I don't know. It's a matter of style. Amen. That's oh. We could make it oops. Um, oops. So it's just key value. Okay. And then we have contract get key. Okay, then, well, for a get, we want it, the return, right? Value. We just want to get the key. Right? And then we want to, in parallel, we want to renew standard out in row colon IO colon XDD colon T. Oops. In oops. Um, um, now, see, this isn't complete here because I don't put the A map here. So I still need A map. Comma. Quote set. And I have to quote that. Make it a name. Okay, this way I'm defining a contract that just for that map, right? Okay, so um, uh, so I need to write to return the map. Right? Oops. In parallel. Wait. I have to do that up here.
I'll be right back.
This has to be in parallel. This has to be in parallel. I'm going to say new B map. Just to show that the variable name has nothing to do with it. And I'm going to write to B map. Oops. So I'm going to get the map. And then in parallel, I'm going to do a You're back, Gary?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, in this contract simple map, I write the map, unforgeable name to return, and I probably need asterisks and or at signs all over the place here. But so here I'm creating B map, and I want to now what do I want to do here? I want to call the contract. And in the contract, the map address should get rid of the B map, I think. And then I can do call a contract. B map, quote set. And I can pass it a key and a value. Okay. And then well, this is a little bit of a problem, because now the order I do things is important. If I do the get before I do the set, I won't get anything back. So I want them to happen at the same time.
You have to put an ACK on it, on one of them. Or
I want to be able to do any number of sets and but I want to be able to do the get after the set. That's all. I just have that ordering necessary, and I'm trying to remember how I can do a join here. I want to join the set and the get so they finish simultaneously. And I think I just do that with a comma. Whoops. So I don't know that this will work at all. Okay, and uh, uh, okay, so the get and set the get has a return. Value. So let's just put in here something called default value. And here we can and then put it in value. And then in parallel, we can do I need a do I need a where do I need asterisks?
This is when the debugger comes in handy. Help us sprinkle stars, asterisks, and lines.
So I want to write the standard out, the value. And I know I need to, I think I need to I could have done that standard out for value, right? But this shows it a little clearer. And this says it's running, it lies. So I can try to run this locally.
Not helpful.
Well, it's line 1, position 28.
Oh, you need an equal sign up there. So always the easiest thing, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't stop automatically. I thought it was stopping automatically, but it just says keeps saying running until you stop it. Oh no, 122.
What?
It's apparently it's putting it all on one line.
Oh,
It's using the eval function apparently, or the REPL function. So if I copy this whole thing and
I think I see it in line 2.
let's see where it is. VIX is what I always use. And now I have stuff in here. I don't know what that is. And go to XX. But interesting stuff I have in these X files. It's like I was processing the now I'm just going to do DG to get rid of it all. Delete G, capital G goes to the end. And I'm going to append, which would be insert mode. And I'm going to paste. Uh-oh. Paste didn't work. I haven't gotten paste to work properly from my Ubuntu machine to my Windows machine. I did have it working once. And paste it in. Escape. 1, capital G, the beginning. And then we have 121, but I just type in 121 space. Didn't go to a new line. I hate it. Some VIs behave differently in different places. Let me just try Vim. Probably don't have Vim. Vim is VI on steroids. Right? And ordinarily, VI defaults to Vim. So we're installing Vim. It's installed. Emacs 121 space. Aha! Again, we're missing an equal sign.
Oh, how funny. That's the hard way to go down and proofread, isn't it? And there's another one in the next line.
Yeah.
Ah, you would have think we learned our lesson.
Right. Okay, so let's well, actually, we have to put it back here.
Yeah, I've done that. Fix it in the text editor, but not in the.
And I do a Control S just to make sure it's saved. I know it's saved. And when you hit run, it saves it. Okay. 173. Okay, so we're at 173. 1 capital G, 173 space.
Oh, there's a missing parentheses in 2 lines up.
Aha. Capital A, fence the line, and parentheses escape. Oops. Place, and parentheses. Escape. And it looks like we have parentheses missing also up here, right? No, we don't.
Yeah, we do. Oh, don't we? Oh, you're closing it with a curve? No, that's not right. Yeah, you're missing one in that line above. I'm convinced.
No, okay, I'm writing to AMAP set key values. It's got to be missing, yeah.
I can't understand why it didn't catch that one before, though.
Well, it may not have actually been an error until, well, it should have been an error. Yeah, you're right. Should have been an error. Okay, 216. And 216 space. Um, why would that be an error?
You may need an asterisk there, but I'm looking at something else. This is the first time I've noticed anyone trying to intermix square braces with round braces. Is that legal?
No, it's not legal. Am I missing?
Yeah, up there after contract asked, no, down 2 lines.
Well, okay, I have a matching bracket here. That's right, fine.
Yeah.
And I don't have a matching bracket here.
They just have to match. It doesn't matter which one you use. You just have to match them, right?
No, it matters. Okay, I'm making a list. And I'm
Oh,
looking
that's
back at the
right. That's right. Yeah. It is. It does matter. I got you.
Okay, the name of the contract is a list. I made it a name by putting an @ sign in front of it.
All right, run it again and see what it says. But I understand. I see that now. It makes sense to me.
Okay, and I didn't make the fix in the right place. Was that the only fix?
I can't remember.
Oh, 382. Let me just Control A, Control C, copy that again. 1, capital G, C for change to get to the end, capital G. Paste it in. Oh, why was that slow? Escape. 1, capital G. And then I want to go to 382, huh? 382 space. VMAP. Okay. So I think I need an @ right? The VMAP.
That would be my choice. Yeah.
Right.
That
Because
would be my guess. I can go either way.
yeah, well, it's a name, and I want to make a process out of it so that I can then make a name out of the list.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh,
At long last.
just got to get the brain working with new habits. Okay, so once again, I made the change in the wrong place.
But that's okay. You got to make your source and
Then I don't have to copy it again. Okay. Stop. Run. Now I'm still uncertain about this comma here.
yeah, that's the first time I've seen that, and it seems very mysterious, but I'm interested to see what happens with it.
Well, it's still giving me an error at 382. Is that where we were?
That doesn't sound good.
382 space. Ooh,
Did it say exactly the same thing this time? Are we sure we changed it in the right version?
yeah. Well, let's take the @ out here, just for the heck of it, and run it again.
We're calling it with a process should work.
Getting an error in the same place.
Okay. BMAP. We're calling.
I mean, I can take this out for now and make it non-deterministic, but do it in parallel.
Oh yeah, yeah. That just until we get some of this other stuff working.
I think it should have an app.
That means you're taking the name of the map. Wait a minute. You're turning the map into a name, right? If you put a,
I forget. I don't know why it's so, it hasn't sunk in yet.
all right, put the
With it or without it,
same error
same error.
without an asterisk.
Without
Now,
an app.
now try an ampersand on just 382. See,
Now we're quoting it. We're making it a name. Oh, a map is a process. We're making it a name. Aha. I was thinking we wanted a process, but we actually don't want a process. We want the name of the process.
oh, it's
82, same.
like that either. But your theory sounds right.
Well, this is a good use case for me. And what it does is it gives us an object with an unforgeable name, which is consistent with the capability model.
Would you put that in the channel so that I can play with it? Unless you're not done.
So I'm done.
This was good fodder for me. I need to think about this for a while.
Did we try this plain? Did we really try all the combinations?
Well, what we haven't tried is changing up there where we define the contract. And
Okay.
And this gets real mysterious to me. Sometimes when I get to this point and I've written some code that doesn't work, I go back to the primitives to see which of my theories are flawed. Wait a minute, could you go back to that for just a second?
Go down.
Hold on just a second. Let me think about this.
Whoops. So the other thing we can do is we can Do a control slash.
Yeah, yeah. I need to think about this. This is foundational material for me. What you're doing down there, and
Okay, so we still got an error with all that removed.
oh,
And it says it's at 381.
oh, that's totally different. 381 is the right paren. It's the very ending parentheses, isn't it? It's expecting something after that B map up there. It's not getting.
Yeah, well, I guess what am I doing here? Okay, this is I'm trying to call a contract. Do I need to put a 4? I mean, maybe I need to put a 4. 4, and then I put a parentheses, right? And then I can say underscore because we don't care about what's returned.
Or anything.
And then I need another brace, right?
I have no idea what you're doing now.
I'm doing a 4 construct. I'm trying to do.
What I don't understand is why. We need to be trying to fix the bug at 382. Right?
Well, the 382 was right at the end of this call. There's only one statement beyond that.
I know, but what that tells me is it's expecting something at this point that it's not getting. Does it need another brace?
You know, it didn't need another brace. I think just having a call to a contract by itself doesn't do anything.
Sure, a null is a perfectly valid operation process. Go back up to the top. Wait a minute. Something's not right here.
Let's just try this. This tells it to listen on this channel. But the contract is a listen. Right?
This actually might work. No, it can't work either. You're going to get the same error. Okay, what you just did didn't hurt, but it didn't help either. So what is it missing now?
Well, let's just look at another example here.
Oh, I have one more idea.
Um, what,
Do one more thing. Go back to the source code and instead of and remark out and don't make the call to the contract and see if it compiles, because I'm worried we've broken something somewhere else.
okay, so let's just look at an example here of where it calls iterate. Ah,
Oh, wow.
duh.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that. I knew something was bothering me earlier. That's why I was asking all that stuff about, wait a minute, I've never seen this interplay of square and round.
Exclamation point is the way you call a contract. Uh,
Oh my gosh, we better get some rest. I
well,
can't.
it's new habits. We're old. We got to make new habits, and the way to do it is just by doing exactly what we're doing. Name variable a map at 140 used in process context 197. Okay, so
The B map there needs a name variable. We need a process on B map.
1 capital G 97 space. Well, it doesn't look like it lines up exactly, but what we can presume here is that we need an at there. What happened?
You went to the next occurrence.
I thought I hit at. Oh, I'm in VI. That can be confusing. So we put an at here. And then, of course, we're going to need an at here. And
You call that an add. I call it an asterisk.
asterisk. But yeah, at is wrong. What am I saying? At. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. What can I say? So
But you know what? My theory about deleting the call would have worked because that's where the problem was, in the call. It might have taken me another hour to find it, but
yeah, well, I guess we had to get through the syntax errors before it gave us.
it's so funny if you get on the wrong tack here, it can take you forever.
145. And we're not matching up exactly here. And I can guess that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like AMAP needs an asterisk here.
Wait. Don't you need another? It's a contract. Do you need another bang there before that parentheses? I'm having trouble figuring out what kind of data structure I'm seeing there.
Oh, you're seeing this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It makes sense now.
$145. I think I'm going to sync up the code again. Control A, Control C. Oops. Guess that worked. 1, capital G, C, capital G. Paste. Escape. 1, G. And I want to do a 145 space. I don't know why it's there. So we don't have the exact thing here. But this would be the same thing here. This would have to be a star. Oops. Star key and star value.
And in the next line.
Unknown 385. Well, we know we're calling contracts wrong here. We don't have a bank. We got the same thing here, and we're going to try this. Taking out the join. We probably didn't do the join properly. Guess we should go back to the cheat sheet and look at join. Control F, join. Control G. And join on cheat sheet. Well, why doesn't it take us there?
I don't think there is an occurrence of join in the cheat sheet. He acts like there is, but the word is never used.
Right.
Where would the discussion of the syntax for the par be? That's where you should talk about a join, right?
Semicolon.
Yeah. Okay. That would have been my second choice.
Okay, but I didn't put a 4 here. I mean, after the contract, the contract is equivalent to a 4. Right, so I can just put a brace here. And a brace here. I think. $385, I guess I can assume pretty much is the end. So once again, I'm going to select all of this stuff. Oops.
Yeah, that should, I don't think that'll work. The problem is you need a comma after the simple map or something. You can't just put that parentheses to the right of the simple map because
Needs an equal sign. Huh? Wait. This is receive X and Y simultaneously. We could put the 4 back in there. I don't know if it's necessary. But I'm done. We spent enough time today.
Yeah, it's a good time to stop for me too. But this has been real beneficial. I'm glad you decided to do this.
Yeah, and I'll put it in the channel and get some feedback.
You'll put both the source or the source and the video.
Well, both.
Okay, but the source is what I'm most interested in. Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.